everybody. Today I'm with Nikki, and we are going to be answering the Ask Au Pair Sis question. What should I do when my host parents are fighting? Now, Nikki, you and I have both been nannies before. Did you ever experience this when you were a nanny?
I personally have not had to experience it, thankfully, but I'm sure that it happens a lot.
Yeah, it has happened. I've been in the experience a few times where the host family, the host parents, were fighting. I know we had talked about it earlier, and you had some really great suggestions about what somebody can do if the host family is fighting. I know that you mentioned, I know you had different ideas for if the kids were there versus if the kids weren't there. What do you think would be a good idea if the kids were there and the host parents started fighting?
If the kids are also witnessing the parents arguing, I would recommend taking them into a different room, go play with them, give them a snack, do a craft together. The interaction from you as their au pair will be a positive distraction to what's going on.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And I think that, if the kids aren't there, they're sleeping or off at school, I think that you can still find a reason to excuse yourself to go to a different room to do your homework, take a shower, or just simply go hang out in your room. It's never a good idea to get involved in the argument, so don't try to offer your opinion.
Yeah, I think that's really great advice. I think a lot of times the kids might be used to them fighting, even though you may not be used to them fighting. So I think that by distracting them or, taking them to another room, and if they look concerned, say, it's okay, mom and dad are just having an argument and everything's going to be okay. I think just giving that kind of reassurance is good for the kids. I think you're absolutely right. There's no reason to get in the middle of it, so excusing yourself into another room is probably, the best thing to do.
Yeah, definitely.
I know I had actually worked for a family who was from another country, and they said that when parents fight in America, it seems a lot more severe, and in other countries it's just kind of like, oh, whatever. So maybe it would feel different coming from another country and you're working in somebody's house who's from America. Maybe the parents are fighting and it seems more serious, when in your own country it seems like it's more laid back or just whatever.
I also think that it makes a difference when it's someone you know versus like your own family versus your host family too. It might make you a little more uncomfortable versus your own parents fighting. I think there might be like a little bit of a difference when you first come here, especially the first fight that the host parents might have. I think that, the first fight might be the most uncomfortable because you're still getting to know them. But it's bound to happen. I mean, everyone argues from time to time. It might not be the easiest thing to witness, but it does happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and you can try to make the best.
Definitely, yeah. I completely agree. I think that, if it's something that's uncomfortable for you, you can definitely talk about it with the host parents and talk about it with your LAR, talk about it with your PC. I think it's definitely something that is worth mentioning if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Hopefully, it's not something that would happen often, or, just excusing yourself out of the room. And of course, if they try to get you involved in the argument, I guess the best thing to say if you don't want to get involved is that, I'd prefer not to get involved in this conversation. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Definitely. I completely agree. I don't think that it's your place to offer your opinion. Even if they kind of ask you, I would try to, just be like, I don't want to get involved. This is between you guys. And like I said, I think the best thing to do would be to go to a different room so that you're not put on the spot like that. They're not going to ask you your opinion because you're off doing your own thing. And I think it will make them feel more comfortable too. I think as host parents, they need that privacy sometimes too. So to excuse yourself and go to your room for a little while and let them work through it would be best. But like you pointed out, I think if the arguing persists or if you become uncomfortable at all, definitely contact your local area representative for more help.
That's great. Yeah, I completely agree. And I also just want to say one last thing is that I think that because you're working in someone else's home and you're living with their family, that personal issues may come up, and it may not be appropriate to discuss with neighbors or friends when you're welcome into somebody's home. I think that it's important to keep the privacy of the family. There are certain things that should stay in the home. But of course, like we said before, if you're feeling uncomfortable, then definitely you can speak with the family, your LAR, or your PC.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for helping us with Ask Au Pair Sis today, Nikki. I really appreciate it, and it's been great talking to you.
You're welcome. Nice talking to you too.